my student reporter from Raider Nation. And first we have Jamie. How are you, Jamie?
Hi, I'm doing good, thank you. My name is Jamie Aguirre, and I'll be a field reporter tonight.
And everybody met Nicole a while ago. Nicole, how are you?
Hey guys, thank you for asking. I'll be covering the halftime performance here at the game.
And of course, the last one on the team is Jackie. Jackie, how are
Hi,
you?
my name's Jacqueline Cifuentes, and I'm going to be interviewing the cheer coaches from PSJ North.
We're going to be seeing a lot of what happens behind the scenes with these ladies tonight from PSA North. And let's get some football going because we have, yes sir, the game of the week in the Rio Grande Valley is being played right here at DHR Field tonight. PSA North is hosting the Hawks of Harlingen South. Let's take it upstairs with Harry and Mike for the action of the first half.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to PSJA ISD football. We are at the beautiful PSJA Stadium, the home of DHR Healthfield. For tonight, the hard-working crew at KTRI will bring you tonight's matchup between your very own PSJ North Raiders and the visitors from Harlingen, the South Hawks. I'm Javi Martinez, and with me is Mike Vives. Our third man in the booth will be Damian Viescas. Welcome to the booth, Mike. Mike, we got the game of the week here in the Rio Grande Valley. The PSG North Raiders 1-0 hosting the Harlingen South Hawks, who are also 1-0. It should be one great matchup. What are your thoughts on tonight's game, Mike?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Javi. What a great day. Friday night football. Nothing better than this 36A matchup. A non-district game, of course. Two powerhouse teams, PSG North Raiders and Harlingen South Hawks. I mean, it's going to... Like I said, powerhouse teams, Harlingen South Hawks and PSG North Raiders. Should be a interesting matchup. This is, nothing better, Javi. Nothing better. Friday night lights.
Yes, indeed. It is Friday night lights. A lot of excitement here at PSJA Stadium. Of course, we have PSG North coming off their initial win of the season last week, beating PSG Memorial 44-8. On the visitor side, Harlingen South took care of business against Edinburgh High, beating them 24-0. So early indications, Mike, say this should be an all-out brawl, a good defensive slugfest, and we're going to have a slight delay, and that is how big this game is. Both these teams are coming off playoff seasons last year. Both teams have high expectations. It should be one heck of a game tonight.
You're right, Javi. I mean, it is non-district, but, still, you still have the atmosphere of it being a district game. And of course, mistakes or not, I mean, this is still learning. Of course, next week they have for district, North Raiders has Weslaco, and Harlingen South Hawks has McAllen.
Yeah. So this is game 2 of a 3-game warm-up, as you said. Each team. Well, actually, Harlingen South has a couple more, maybe one more extra warm-up game. They're in a smaller district. The Harlingen South Hawks belong to District 32-6A. The Hawks last year made the playoffs by going 2-3 in district, so it's a 6-team district. The Raiders last year made the playoffs as a second-place tie, and the Raiders went 5-2 in district, tied for second, a 3-way tie for second, a very competitive District 36A. And again, these two teams are going to slug it out tonight for bragging rights here on the Game of the Week, of course, brought to you by KTRI here at PSJA Stadium, DHR Healthfield. And it should be a good one. Slight delay in the ball game, and I believe we're going to get underway in a few minutes. Check that, a few seconds. I think we're ready to get underway. The Hawks won the toss, elected to defer. The Raiders will be receiving from the south end. Slight breeze blowing a little bit from the southeast, so that'll be on the backside of the Raiders. Of course, a predominant running team. Both teams run the ball extremely well. We are underway. A booming kick that's going to go all the way into the end zone. That sails all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders Opening possession of the ball game will begin at their own 25-yard line. Of course, the Raiders are led by their quarterback, Isaiah Rangel, who had 215 yards rushing last week at 30 yards passing, a dual threat quarterback. He's going to be flanked by his stud sophomore running back, Isaac Gonzalez, who had 185 yards of his own and 17 carries. So both of them very electric, and on first down, they're going to give it to Gonzalez, looking to pass. A little bit of trickery, doesn't find anything, but it finds a seam, and he's off to the races, gets a big block at the 40. He's at the crosses midfield at the 30, trying to find another block. He streaks down the sideline. What patience by the sophomore, all the way for a touchdown. 75 yards later, Gonzalez is in the board. It looked like Gonzalez wanted to pass the ball, but hold the phones, folks, because there is a penalty at the Raiders' 27-yard line. Will this hold or will this come back?
Electrifying. First play of the game. Looked like a halfback pass. You know what? It wasn't open. Let me switch sides. Sure enough, nothing but green and a little bit of orange, but not too much. Look at that. Sidestep, everything. And in for the score.
So we're going to wait the call. Well, they're saying there is no flag. Something was thrown. There is a flag, but they're going to wave it off. 75 yards.
And that's how you make a statement on the first play, Javi.
Yeah, amazing. It did appear that they were going to try to trick the Hawks with a halfback pass. Nothing doing there. Gonzalez reverses the field. 75 yards later. Touchdown, Raiders, and the Raiders strike quick. And the Raiders take a 7-0 lead. Here we see Gonzalez looking to pass, says there's nothing there. Keeps it, tucks it, picks up a couple of crucial blocks downfield, and very patient, finally picking up a final block at about the 15-yard line. And Mosey's on in for a touchdown. Raiders touchdown. Gonzalez from 75 yards on the first play. He's fast. I'll tell you what, it took him 12 seconds to get 75 yards. That's amazing.
You know the defensive coaches from Harlingen South are getting angry at themselves. I mean, they had him pretty much stopped. You know, receiver was covered. All he did was just switch the field, and that was it. 6 points on the board.
Yeah, that was pure athleticism right there by Gonzalez. As you mentioned, you know, he was drifting out to the right, trying to find a receiver. Everybody was covered. He just took it back around the left side. No containment by the Hawks, and the Raiders made him pay. He had the ground. Gonzalez for a touchdown.
And that was good composure by the sophomore running back also. Didn't see anybody. You know what? He didn't panic. He just took it the other way.
Yeah, he didn't force the issue. He elected to run. So the Raiders will kick off, fielded by the deep man at the 3-yard line for the Hawks. That is number 4 with the return. Gets belted at the 22-yard line. So that was Jeremiah Rivera, the sophomore with the return duties. Gets good solid field position for the Hawks. They will start their opening possession at the 22-yard line. But they trail 7-0. 11:43 remaining, so fireworks.
Good catch right there. Following the blocks, going to the left side. But good job by that Raiders. Swarming to that ball.
That was number 2 on the tackle, Alex Esparza. You know, KTRI always does a great job. What coverage right there. The ball carrier returning it all the way to the 22-yard line. On first down, the Hawks try to exploit the middle. They do a good job of getting that initial push by that offensive line, pushing back that tough defensive front by the Raiders all the way to the 25-yard line. So it'll be a 4-yard pickup on first down for the Hawks.
That was a good job by both sides. I mean, Raiders D-lines, held up. So did the from the south. But you know, the running back wanted to get yards, push that, D-line back.
Both teams come with very good offensive lines. Both teams come with very good defensive lines. So something's got to give. And early part of the ball game, it's the offenses that are winning the battle. And another big run, this time by big old number 34, barreling down Orlando Muniz all the way to midfield. First down, Hawks.
Go a little quick tempo here, Javi.
And on first down from the midfield, the Hawks again this time try the left side of the offensive front, and again another big pickup. So the Hawks are on the move, trying to come back from a 7-0 deficit early Each offense really trying to make a statement right now. Quick tempo by the Hawks back to the line of scrimmage. They've already crossed midfield. They're at the Raiders' 46-yard line. Shotgun formation, gives it to his running back. Just a power football play right down the middle. And the Raiders up to the task on that play. Keep the running back from getting a full head of steam, knock him down at the 44-yard line. So that'll bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Hawks at the Raiders' 44-yard line.
That was a good job by the Hardin South running back. Looked like he was going to get more yards, but, you know, the D-line just closed in.
The Raiders' 4 defensive linemen. 7 men in the box. A quick pass to the outlet right there to the receiver, number 2, Alex Esparza. Fell victim to one of those, Mike. You know, he wanted to run before he caught it. That makes it an incomplete pass, so the Hawks will be facing a 4th and 2 from the Raiders' 44-yard line. But I believe the Hawks are bringing in their punting unit.
Yeah, you're right, Javi. Yeah, the receiver he was open. He just,
Yes,
you
he
know,
was.
Maybe he heard first steps, or you know, maybe he was just too anxious. He saw, you know, wide open field.
So the Hawks in punt formation, they only need 2 yards to pick up the first down. Deep man for the Raiders sitting at the 15-yard line. High snap. The punter does get it off. Gets a good punt off, and that's going to sail right into the end zone. So the deep man, Seven Sanchez, does a great job right there, allowing that ball to sail over his head into the end zone. And the Raiders gave up a couple of big plays, but not much. They bend, they don't break, they force a punt with 9:38 remaining here in the opening quarter here at PSJ 8 Stadium. The hometown Raiders 7, Hardingen South Hawks 0.
For a minute there, Javi, I thought he was going to fake the punt.
Yeah.
They're doing that rugby style punt. I was like, you know what? A little trickery here, but now he punted it off.
So the Raiders will start at their own 20-yard line. Of course, last time they had the ball, it just took them one play to score a touchdown. And on first down, Rangel fires out to the near sideline. Ball is complete. Caught by number 10, Joe Barbarena. Great pickup on first down of 5 yards.
That was a nice little, good rollout, good protection. Nice little 5-yard out. Good catch right there.
So the Raiders really mixing up the game plan right here. You know, first 2 plays appear to be pass plays, of course. The first one ended up as a big 75-yard run, and that'll be a false start penalty. And that was the
5-yard penalty, right, 2nd down.
You know, Mike, that was the biggest thing we took from last week. The PSJ North played a great game, but they struggled in the penalty area. And they gave up over 100 yards of penalty yards. And when you think about it, you know, as Coach Kaufman said, in reality it was about 300 yards because there were holding calls, false starts that negated big runs.
Yep, yes,
Something
sir.
they got to clean up. On first down again, an errant throw. No one really in the vicinity. The quarterback looking for number 24 right there, Jonathan Garza. He went in. The quarterback threw outside. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 10.
That was a good route by the receivers. I know the quarterback saw him. He's wide open. He was like, what? Wide open. I think he let it go too early. Sailed a little bit over the receiver's head.
The receiver was open. Just miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback brings up a 3rd and long for the Raiders at their own 20-yard line. Shotgun formation. Rangel keeps it. Tries to get around the right edge. He does. Picks up a block at the 25. Muscles his way to about the 32 and gets belted out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. No penalties. Big lick that Rangel took, but not before he picks up 12 big yards and a Raider first down.
A good play zone read right there. Follow his blockers. Turns on the speed right there. Good job. Quarterback giving the hits instead of taking them.
So the Raiders with a new set of downs at their own 32-yard line. Shotgun formation, quick strike pass, and an errant throw again. Sails way over the receiver's head, and a great job by the defensive back, number 5 for the Harlingen South Hawks, Luis Garcia. That ball was just thrown up in the air. Miscommunication once again, and interception. Excuse me, that was number 5, Enrique Alvarado for the Hawks with the interception. So first turnover of the game, forced by the Hawks defense. And they're going to have excellent field position at the Raiders 45-yard line with 8:18 remaining in the first quarter. Raiders right now 7-0, but the Hawks after that interception already in Raider territory after a 4-yard gain. They're going to have 2nd and 6 from the Raiders 41-yard line.
Right up the middle. Nothing fancy. Good job by the D-line, on the defense, closing that gap.
Yeah, and that was Orlando Muniz, right now the workhorse for the Hawks. Of course, that quarterback is number 8, David Torres. Number 34, Orlando Muniz, has been flanking him out of the shotgun position. Man in motion for the Hawks. It's a give right up the middle again. This time nothing doing. Great stout defense at the point of attack by the Raiders.
That was a good job by the Raiders D-line. Pretty much met a Raider wall. I think maybe even lost a yard. No yards gained.
Yeah, right there, just you see great penetration by the defensive line. Great gang tackling, pushing the ball carrier back. It'll be 3rd and 5 after a 1-yard pickup. Quarterback with a jet sweep and belted in the backfield, but miraculously stays up. Great run blitz right there by the Raiders. I believe that was Garcia just belting the running back. Couldn't corral him though. Didn't wrap up, but still, great job by the defense.
Good job being patient. Oh, nice hit. You didn't wrap up a bit, it would have been a loss. But regardless, 4th down for Harlingen South.
Yeah, but the good thing about the Raider defense right there, they had 4 black jerseys in the backfield, and they're going to force another punt. So the Hawks, with a great opportunity after an interception on the Raider side of the football field, get denied a quick 3 and out. And a punt coming up, the rugby style punt, dangerous punt, angled at the end zone, caught by Seven Sanchez at about the 2, tries to escape one defender, muscles his way all the way to the 7-yard line. Aggressive play by Sanchez. He may have been better off allowing that ball to roll into the end zone, but instead the Raiders will have their 3rd possession at their own 7-yard line with a 7-0 lead with 6:10 remaining here in the opening quarter at PSJA Stadium. The Raiders at the line of scrimmage. Rangel flanked by Gonzalez. They give it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez finds a little seam around the right side of that offensive front. Leans forward, falls forward for a huge gain. Didn't seem to be much there, Mike, but Gonzalez just explodes through the hole. Picks up a good 7-8 yards on that first down play.
That was a good job by the sophomore running back, Isaac Gonzalez. Turned nothing into something.
It'll bring up a 2nd and short. The Raiders working out of the shotgun once again. A couple receivers split on each side. Rangel tosses it out there to the far sideline. Good job of eluding the first tackler. That was number 24 with the reception. Gaining enough for a first down, but there is a penalty. Garza making the catch.
Holding on the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Main 2nd down.
So a 10-yard holding penalty negates a first down on a completion from Rangel to John Garza. And again, those penalties, rear in its ugly head. It was the one thing the Raiders wanted to clean up this week in practice, and right now the Raiders are falling victim to their own mistakes. But again, the Raiders with a 7-0 lead, 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Big 75-yard run by Gonzalez. The only score of the ball game. Rangel with a keeper around the near side hash mark. Not much doing. About a 2-3 yard gain. That'll be a 3rd and about 5 upcoming for the Raiders.
That was a good tackle by number 10 from the South Hawks, Devin Montemayor. Good job.
So the Raiders need to get to the 18-yard line. Right now they sit at the 14. 3rd and 4 upcoming. Rangel rolls out to his right. 3 receivers there. Finds one. Fires, and what a great catch. A rocket throw and a beautiful grab right there by John Garza. That's the second time they target John Garza this evening. I tell you what, Rangel can run the ball, and he's got a tremendous arm out there.
Oh, yeah, he put some zip on that one.
Yes, he did.
Good job by that sophomore right there. Rolls out. Good job by the sophomore running back out in front, blocking him. Good catch as well.
So new set of downs at the 22-yard line. The Raiders back to power football. Not much doing. Good job right there by the Hawks. And, you know, the Hawks have already forced 1 turnover last week, and shutting out the Edinburgh Bobcats, they forced 4 turnovers. So that's their bread and butter. Good, solid defense. Give their offense a chance. And, of course, the Raiders would like nothing better to do than do what they do best, is run it down people's throats and eat up as much clock as possible.
So they already had one INT against the Raiders. So.
Second down. Not much doing right there. Gonzalez just trapped right at the line of scrimmage. Great job by the Hawks defense once again. In fact, Gonzalez may have lost a yard. He does. That brings up a 3rd and 9 for the Raiders at their own 22-yard line.
Good job with the Hawks D-line. You know, it's tough bringing down that sophomore, but got him down for a loss.
The Hawks counter with a 3-man defensive front. They have 7 men in the box. Rangel looking deep. Good pocket. Finally breaks down on the scramble around the right side. Eludes one defender. Gets yanked down. Dangerous tackle, but that was within the shoulder pads, not from behind. So a good tackle on an elusive quarterback, and the Hawks do their job. They're going to force the Raiders to punt.
That was good protection by the offensive line, giving Rangel time to throw. You know, good job by the secondary of Hawks. You know, not letting up on the receivers. For a minute there, I thought he was going to take off. Javi.
I think Rangel was trying to get around the edge, and that was 2 negative plays in a row by the Hawks defense, flexing their muscle right there, forcing the Raiders to punt deep from their own territory. So the deep man for the Hawks sitting at his own 40-yard line, but a roughing the punter call may be coming. A bit too aggressive, trying to get the punter. The ball is going to be down at about the Hawks' 42-yard line, but new life may be given to the Raiders on that penalty.
Well, you know the special team coach is not.
Roughing the punter, number 10, of the return team. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Like I was saying, Javi, special teams coach right now, you know he's mad. You know in practice they make sure, you know what, don't touch the kicker, don't touch the kicker.
We're going to go to 34.
Yeah, the Hawks were trying to put a lot of pressure on the punter, and they put too much pressure. They got after him, and that was a clear 15-yard variety penalty, and that gives the Raiders new life. They're going to spot it all the way to the 34-yard line after that penalty. So the Raiders pick up their second first down of this drive. Of course, this drive started at their own 7-yard line. 2:19 remaining in the first quarter. Raiders 7, Hawks 0. Rangel with a read option, keeps it, nothing doing. I tell you what, the Hawks play a good solid defense. They are aggressive up front, and they've got some speed at the linebacker and skill positions at the cornerback. They are a tough unit.
They look like the whole D line from the Hawks was on the other side. Good job on Rangel, you know, seeing that on that zone read and pulling it, and, you know, at least not getting negative yards.
Yeah, Rangel just did manage to get back to the line of scrimmage. The play clock appears to be expiring, but they're going to reset it. 2nd and 10. Rangel looks, fires to his right, caught at the 40-yard line by John Garza once again. Tries to maneuver himself for a couple more yards. They're going to spot him at the 41-yard line. 7-yard pickup. And the Raiders are going to be forced into a 3rd and 3.
It was a good ball. Nice zip on it. Good catch. Good job trying to elude him. Got to be careful with that ball. You can't extend it too much.
Rangel under center this time. Pro setback. They gave it to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez met right at the first down marker. Tell you what, he got hit hard. Usually when Gonzalez hits somebody, he wins that battle. This time he did not. He got pushed backwards. But will they give him enough forward momentum to pick up a first down? They're spotting it right at the 44, and if it is, that should be a Raider first down. And it will be Raiders first down on a 3-yard pickup by Gonzalez.
Those were some hard, tough yards, Javi.
Third first down of this drive for the Raiders. Of course, aided by a roughing the punter call. Rangel drifts out to his left, trying to find a receiver, throws, and again, just a bit behind his receiver into double coverage. That was a dangerous throw, and again, he's targeting John Garza.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Hit him at or below the knees. Number 12 of the defense. The 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So that will not be an incomplete pass. Instead, it will be a 15-yard penalty for a first down. And the Raiders have 4 first downs on this drive that started at the 7, and 2 of them had come via penalty, and they just haven't been little penalties. They've been personal fouls of 15 yards each. So the Raiders quickly have moved up to the Hawks' 41-yard line, trying to add on to their 7-0 lead with just over 36 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Well-played football game, and the game of the week here in the Rio Grande Valley here at PSJ Stadium. The Raiders hosting the Hawks. The carries for 5 yards there, so that'll get the Raiders into a
That's a
third
good
and
quick,
5. Second and 5.
good quick pitch. Good job by the D-line also, making them not get too many yards on that one. Now, you notice how they're already getting close to score. I mean, the defense had them stopped at the 10-yard line.
Yes.
And then penalty. Roughing to the punter.
We're going to set it downstairs to Jackie.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Hi, we're the United South. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is a collection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And of course, we got to thank our sideline reporter there and Coach Garza. And I like what she said. There's no rest and cheer. That's beautiful.
That's correct.
And with that being said, the motivation from that cheerleading group has allowed the Raiders to pick up another first down. Busting his way past the 30-yard line was a Raider running attack.
Right, good job up front making that block. Good job hanging on to that ball.
Power football, nothing fancy about what the Raiders do. Helmet on helmet football. Stop us if you can. And the Hawks are trying to do that. Yeah, 8 men in the box. The Raiders said, who cares? We're going to bully through that offensive line. That offensive line doing an outstanding job at the point of attack, dominating the line of scrimmage. And the end result is another big run right there by the Raiders.
Good job right up the middle again. Nice dive. Hands on the ball. Good job. I want to making a fumble through all those orange jerseys there. I'm sorry, the Hawks jerseys.
Isaac Gonzalez with 7 yards on that pickup. 2nd and 3 upcoming. Rangel looks to pass. Has a man wide open at the 22. And fighting for yardage. Nothing doing there. So the Hawks allow the reception. It'll be enough for a first down, at the 17-yard line. A 5-yard pickup, more than enough for a first down. And again, it's Rangel Rangel finds the open man. Just playing pitch and catch with his receivers right now. And those short gains are really mounting up right now for the Raiders as they continue to extend this drive, which started at their own 7-yard line. Raiders trying to add to their 7-0 lead, but Rangel gets belted in the backfield. My goodness, number 44 and number 29 for the Hawks. Great plays right there in the backfield.
That was a good job by D-line. I mean, you leave Rangel a little space, he's going to score.
Fernando Mendez and Levi Ince on the tackle. Great job of dual tackling right there. It's going to be a 2nd and 10 upcoming after no yards by Rangel. I'll tell you what, Mike, the Raiders are doing a great job of possessing the ball. You know, the game of the time of possession in the Raiders' favor. Rangel looking, has a man wide open down, streaking down the skinny post. Touchdown, Raiders. What a strike from Rangel to number 10, Joe Barbarena. 17-yard touchdown strike, and the Raiders have found the scoreboard for the 2nd time this evening.
That was good play calling. Good job up front, blocking from zip on that ball. Good route. He called it how his skinny post.
Barbarena cut right in between all defenders. They see right there in the replay, and an easy toss, an easy reception, and the extra point by Alvarez is successful. And the Raiders, with 9:45 remaining at the game of the week here at PSJ Stadium, the HR Health Field, it is 14-0.
Hi, we're the Real Night City Rattlers. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Come see what the city of San Benito has to offer today. Business, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Thought the Raiders
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see.
have just caught the Hawks completely by surprise. They don't know what to do, how to defend right now the Raiders, and because of that, the Raiders have a 14-0 lead. Just outstanding game planning by the Raider coaching staff. And right now, you know, the Raiders with 163 total yards, the Hawks with only 35. Rangel with 41 yards. Doesn't seem impressive, but it's a good 41 yards. And of course, Isaac Gonzalez with over 100 yards rushing already on the evening. The Hawks will try to bounce back with a solid kickoff return all the way to the 27-yard line. This will be the third time the Hawks have the ball. The Hawks with only one first down in the ball game. The Raiders with 9 first downs in the ball game. So right now the Raiders are looking very strong. Early stages of the second quarter, 14-0, the Raiders over the Hawks here at PSJ Stadium. Of course, the Hawks are going to try to stage a comeback with quarterback David Torres, but before they do, a penalty.
Delay a game on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's not going to help their comeback, Javi.
No,
Yeah,
it will
clean it up.
not. A 5-yard penalty. That'll push the ball back to the 22-yard line. So first and 15. Quarterback rolls out, finds an open man in the flat right there, and gets submarine. Falls forward, picks up the penalty yards, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Got to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Nice little rollout, flat flood pass to the running back. Good job by number 1, Garcia. That open field tackle.
The reception made by number 28, Javier Garcia for the Hawks. 2nd and 10 upcoming. A little bit of pressure on the quarterback. Rolls out. He's going to run with it. No, he passes it. He finds a man wide open at the 41-yard line. Stumbles to about the 49-yard line. So great play, great read option right there by the quarterback. Flores finding the open receiver. I believe that was number 1, Ryan Castillo, with the reception. That's going to move the ball for a Hawks first down all the way to the 49-yard line. 22-yard pickup on 2nd and 10.
That was a good job by the Hawks. That was a broken play right there, Javi.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been negative yards. Quarterback did a good job pretending he's going to run and just threw it away. Got a receiver to catch it.
Yeah, it was a tough assignment for the cornerback there. He had to decide, do I stay with my receiver or go get the quarterback? He went for the quarterback. That left the receiver wide open. And on first down, the Hawks continue their march. They cross midfield. They're at the Raiders' 45-yard line. So a good 6-yard pickup. In fact, they're going to give them the 44, so 7 yards on first down. Quickly back up to the line of scrimmage are the Hawks, trying to pound it right straight up the middle. Much better job defensively by the Raiders, minimizing the gain to just about 1 yard. So that'll bring up a 3rd and short upcoming for the Hawks.
The Hawks going a little fast tempo, trying to throw the Raiders off their game a bit.
And again, the Hawks not huddling, Mike. They're at the line of scrimmage. They do not want the Raiders to substitute any players. Quarterback asks for the ball from his center. Another quick outside pass. Caught. Move forward enough for a first down by number 2, Alex Esparza. So right now, David Torres, for the Hawks has that offense moving. 5-yard pickup on that play. Another first down. Quarterback gives it. No, in fact, it was a pass.
Yes,
Incomplete.
Good
It's
job.
a very up-tempo offense for the Hawks right now.
That's right, Javi. Good job on the Hawks recognizing the defense over there. They saw a matchup. They went with it. And good pickup on the yards on this next play. Same thing. The receiver couldn't hang on.
Yeah, that should have been a catch. The Hawks would like to have that back. That would have given a good yardage. A fake end around. A power sweep right there by the Hawks. Crosses the 35-yard line. Tackled down at the 34. The Hawks need to get to the Raiders' 28-yard line. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
That was a good sweep right there. Good hard-nosed football. Taking about 3-4 Raiders with them.
Big 3rd down situation upcoming for the Hawks. Are they in 4th down territory as they trail 14-0 with just under 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter? Quarterback rolls out, fires, has a man. Does he catch? He does catch it. Does he have possession of it inbounds? And they're going to say he does. What a spectacular catch by number 88 for the Hawks, Brady Bennon. Making a spectacular catch on the far sideline. That'll be more than enough for a Hawk first down. They are now sitting at the Raider 14-yard line. 20-yard pitch and catch right there.
That was a good catch. That's because he had a Raiders just, draping on his back. Reached out for it and let me take it.
Torres put it only where his receiver can grab it, and Bennon did grab it for a first down. The Hawks quickly to the line of scrimmage. Again, power football. Nothing fancy, just helmet on helmet football, trying to get something up the middle. And of course, that was the running back, Orlando Muniz, with a 2-yard pickup to the 12-yard line. So the Hawks can pick up a first down before they get in the end zone. It'll be 2nd and 8. Hawks trying to get on the board for the first time. The Raiders trying to pitch a shutout. Torres receives the snap, rolls out to his left, cuts it upfield, finds a hole, gets dragged down and then bent over. But not before Torres gets his way to the 7-yard line.
Good job, Rolla. Good block. You know what? It was already too many black jerseys going in there. Decided to tuck the ball and run. Good pickup.
Yeah, good 5-yard pickup. Quick give to the running back, and the Raiders were up to the task. Great defensive unit right there by the Raiders. A negative play when they needed it most. And that'll push back the Hawks to the 10-yard line. So a loss of 3 yards on that quick give. Big defensive effort by the Raiders.
Orange, it's out.
And Mike, because of that, the Hawks are going to be forced into a timeout. It's 4th down at the Raiders' 10-yard line. The Hawks need to get to the 4. What do you think? They just try to get on the board, pick up 3, or they're going to gamble and try to eventually pick up 7 and cut the game in half?
today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you, Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's health care is done.
Down upcoming after the Hawks call their first timeouts. 5:26 remaining in the first half. It's all Raiders right now, 14-0, but the Harlingen South Hawks are threatening. They're going to attempt a 27-yard field goal. With kicking duties this evening will be number 37, Leo Torres. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, plenty of leg, and it is good. So Leo Torres does his job, number 37, the junior field goal kicker for the Hawks. Puts the Hawks on the board for the first time this evening with a 27-yard field goal. Plenty of leg. As we see there on the replay, so the Hawks drive the ball from their own 27-yard line.
Pizza Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At a Pizza Cake by Ibadas, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is a Pizza Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen.
And correction, that was a 73-yard drive, capped off by a 27-yard field goal. So the Raiders will receive the ball. They have a lead 14-3. Leo Torres, again with the kicking duties, is a 27-yarder, and he nails this kickoff. That's going to sail about 4 yards into the end zone, so that'll be a touchback. The Raiders will have the ball at their own 25-yard line. You know, Mike, with 5:21 remaining in the first half, the Raiders still with a 14-3 lead, and offensively the Raiders with 163 total yards, the Hawks with 104. So good, entertaining game as we all expected in this week's Rio Grande Valley Game of the Week.
Yes, sir, two powerhouse teams.
And on first down, they give up the middle. The Harlingen South Hawks, I mean, they're tough. They're tough against the run. Very good, durable defense right there. The linebacker, number 44, cleaning up for the Hawks, Levi Ince.
Like I mentioned, having the first quarter, I mean, the Hawks have a good defense. It's just, you know, some mistakes they had on that punt, and then, of course, you know, roughing the passer. So, I mean, their defense is good. It just, you know, they didn't clean up those mistakes.
Rangel gives it to Gonzalez. Again, testing the middle. Not much doing. Gets shoved way back right there. As number 10 being aggressive on the running back, Devin Montemayor, the sophomore. No fear against the counterpart sophomore, Isaac Gonzalez.
Good zone read there. Give it to the running back. A lot of Hawks jerseys missed the first group of tackles right there. Montemayor again.
3rd and 5. The give is up the middle again. And again, it is Gonzalez. Isaac Gonzalez, a workhorse, over 100 yards already on the evening. Gets to the 36-yard line. Needed 5, picks up 6. That'll be a Raider first down.
Good job up the middle. breaking tackles. That was a nice tackle by number 12 as well. If not, he could have gained a lot more by Joshua Cantu from the Hawks.
Yeah, Joshua Cantu right there laying the leather on Gonzalez. Quarterback keeper tests the middle, bounces out to the near sideline. Not much doing. Rangel still gets about 3 yards on the carry, but there is a penalty in the backfield.
Holding, number 50. The 10-yard penalty, made first down.
So a 10-yard penalty pushes the Raiders to their own 26-yard line. 3:43 remaining here in the first half. Right now the Raiders up 14-3 over the visitors from Harlingen, the Harlingen South Hawks. Big time football being played here at PSJA Stadium. Two teams who were in the playoffs last year. Two teams who are looking to get back into the playoffs this year. Low snap, but a whistle. I think Rangel may have jammed his finger on that.
Before
Low
the snap, timeout, PSG North.
It looked like he was grabbing his hand.
So the Raiders out of sync right now with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. And again, you know, Rangel doing a great job, Mike, with 41 yards passing. The spotlight, though, has been on the sophomore sensation, Isaac Gonzalez. 75 yards on the very first play from scrimmage. Touchdown, Raiders. And Gonzalez, you know, right now, after 11 carries, 121 yards of rushing.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, we're Mission Veterans, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Two timeouts remaining. Of course, 14-3 with 3:32 remaining in the first half here from PSJA Stadium. DHR Health Field. Rangel appears to be all right. It almost seemed like he jammed his finger on that low snap prior to the timeout. Rangel looks, fires, finds a man streaking across the near sideline. Great job, great reception right there again by John Garza, and the Raiders are moving the ball well.
That was a good job right there by the receiver, number 24. Jeremiah Garza dragging across the field. Good catch as well.
So a 13-yard pickup after a holding play, and here we see the reception by Garza. Nudging his way to the 39-yard line. The Raiders need to get to their own 46. So 2nd and 7 upcoming, but before that, we're going to have a penalty.
False start, number 56 of the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty, made second down.
And that is the 15 yards of penalties on this possession alone for the Raiders. They're going to get pushed back to the 34-yard line. Makes it a little bit tougher, but still, it's only second down. They're behind the chains right now, though. 2nd and 12 upcoming for the Raider offense. 3 receivers split out wide to the left of Rangel, flanked by his running back Gonzalez. Rolls out to the right, fires, just misses his receiver. Trying to hit Pedro Gonzalez out in the flat, unable to connect. That brings up a 3rd and 12 for the Raiders.
Yeah, Rangel was feeling that pressure from the Hawk defense right there. Number 44 was in his face. Levi Incy.
Yeah, good pressure forced Rangel to get rid of the ball quicker than he wanted to. Pedro Gonzalez unable to complete his route. Misconnection on that pass. 3rd and 12 upcoming. Same formation. This time Rangel rolls out to his left where he finds 3 receivers. Forced out of the pocket. Running for his life is Rangel. Tripped up in the backfield at the 30-yard line. Great tackle. Great open field tackle. Right there by number 12 of the Hawks, Joshua Cantu. And we've called his name a few times this evening.
I don't know if you noticed how there was a man wide open down the field. Just they didn't give Rangel any time to throw it. You know, turned around. Thought he was going to get some more yards, but good job. Open field tackle by number 12, like you mentioned, Joshua Cantu.
Yeah, normally we see Rangel, you know, cut the edge, get around the edge and gallop for a lot of yards, but that time Cantu just tripped him up from behind, and he punt situation upcoming for the Raiders. They're going to punt it away. The Hawks do their job, force a punt, fair catch called at the 40-yard line. So that is where the Hawks will take over with 2:23 remaining in the half. Right now the Raiders up 14-3, but the Harlingen South Hawks making some noise.
You gotta give it to the Hawks right now. I mean, look like they're waking up after that. You know, they got punched early in the mouth on the first play. Had them on the heels. Raiders had them on their heels the whole game. It looked like they're waking up.
Yeah, well, I think what the Hawks' game plan was defensively coming out thinking we got to stop the run, and the Raiders surprised everybody by airing it out. I think the adjustment the Hawks are making is that they're putting pressure on the quarterback now. They're not sitting back. They're just getting after the quarterback. Fake end around by the Hawks on first down, not fooling anybody. Great job of sealing the edge by the Raider defense. Maybe a minimal 1-yard gain right there by the Hawks.
Yeah, there's some tough running by the running back. He was bobbing and weaving even before he hit the line of scrimmage. Good job on the Raiders D-line getting that push.
So 2nd and 9 upcoming for the Hawks. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Hawks need to go nearly 60 yards if they want to get on the scoreboard for the first time via a touchdown, and a nice pass right there just sails through the receiver's outstretched hands. Nice play by everybody. Good route, good pass, just a receiver not able to hold on to that pass.
Good protection up front by the Hawks. He sees his man dragging across the field. That number 88 again.
Brady Bennett.
He's
been targeted a couple times. That time that ball just sailed right through his hands for an incomplete pass. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. The key, though, right there, Mike, was that stops the clock. The Raiders, if they can get a stop here on 3rd down, force the Hawks to punt. The Hawks roll out. Quarterback under heavy duress just flips it over his head. I tell you what, though, we reverse his field. There was nobody on this side of the football field. Of course, that's a lot easier said than done. And here we see the replay, just nothing doing. He says, you know what, I better just toss it out of bounds. Now, did the ball get to the line of scrimmage?
I don't think so.
There was a penalty, though, early in the play.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the offense. Holding, number 23, that penalty declined. Intentional grounding, number 8. That penalty being enforced by the foul, lost it down, be 4th down.
So there you go. It was intentional grounding. Smart play by the quarterback to throw it out of bounds, but he did not get it to the line of scrimmage. So the end result, 2 penalties against the Hawks, both denied. Incomplete pass. That means the Hawks will be punting. And again, Mike, the beauty of it is that the clock stops. So with 1:42, the Raiders will be getting the ball back with 2 timeouts. I believe they have Seven Sanchez sitting about his own 36-yard line awaiting this punt. Dangerous punter, though. Rugby-style kicker here. Can get to the open field. He does punt it off. A booming punt. Makes Sanchez retreat to the 27. Makes 2 defenders miss. Gets to the near sideline. Hurdles one. And look at the cheer. That's great athleticism. I tell you what, I love watching this kid play. Seven Sanchez, an outstanding athlete, all-around player. Loves the game of football. Gives the Raiders great field position on a spectacular punt return.
That was a good job. He looked like he was going to get, down for a loss. Sure enough, turned the corner, turned the speed, hurdles. Good hurdle. Wow. Got like 6 feet off the ground right there.
My goodness, he got up there. Air Jordan who, man? Seven Sanchez was way up there. He gets to the Hawks' 46-yard line. I hope somebody got a picture of that, because that's one heck of a poster right there.
Oh, the track coach is now looking at him.
1st and 10. Rangel trying to add to this 11-point lead. Swings it out to Garza. Garza makes one man miss. Gets himself down to the Hawks' 31-yard line. So 15-yard pickup on the connection from Rangel to Garza. And that's been working all night. Garza now.
That was a good play call right there, Javi. Right into the flats area. Nobody was there. Good pickup as well.
Garza with 47 yards receiving.
And that's a good setup by the Raiders offensive coach right there. You give it past a little outside. Now, you know what? Let me give it back to the sophomore running back, Isaac Gonzalez.
Yeah, good change of pace right there. getting to the Hawks 24-yard line. 7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3 upcoming. Rangel with a quarterback keeper around the right side. A lot of running room. Can he cut it? He does cut it upfield. Drags a couple defenders with him. He's going to get dragged down at the 9-yard line. 15-yard pickup by the Raiders.
North.
And another first down. And that'll bring us to 38 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Raiders with a 14-3 lead, trying to extend that lead as they head into the half. Rangel, what a run we see here on the replay. Few plays later, you know, the Raiders are now sitting at the Hawks 9-yard line, trying to extend this 11-point lead. 38 seconds remaining. The Raiders with 1 timeout. The Hawks have 2 in their back pocket.
Yes, sir. It seems like the Hawks, you know, every time they do something good, then, you know, they take 2 steps back. On that last one, they had 2 penalties, a holding and intentional grounding.
So Rangel comes out of the timeout, flanked by 2 backs. Straight drop back. Pass to the outside of the corner. Is it caught? No, just out of the outstretched hands of Garza. Great pass right there by Rangel. Great play selection, and that's something we haven't seen.
That was a good job. I'm sorry, that was a good job by Rangel. He knew he wanted to go to, but he checked down. He checked down, and he came back to him. Oh, good. Almost.
Yeah, the
awesome
ball
catch.
was thrown just a bit too short. A great wheel route right there by Garza. Garza this time flanked out way right, far sideline. Rangel looks that way, checks it, fires up the middle. Great comeback. Wow, talk about great skills. A commitment for success right there, not being denied is Coronado, Rolando Coronado with a 9-yard touchdown reception. But we do have a penalty. You gotta love Coronado's hustle right there. It looked like that ball was almost going to be intercepted in the end zone.
Nelson man downfield. Number 2 was covered. It's a 5-yard penalty. Means third down.
So a penalty goes against the Raiders. 25 seconds remaining in this first half. So that'll negate a big touchdown.
Good job dropping back, seeing his man. That Hawks defender was literally draped over him, Javi. He's like, you know what? My ball. Let me get it.
Yeah, you know, the Hawks defender was in better position, but a bit of a boxing out drill. Maybe Coach Jaime Góngora has something to do with that, because he, number 25 right there, Coronado box out, got the rebound. Well, actually, it was a nice touch pass from Rangel, but unfortunately, bad formation right there by the Raiders, and that's going to push them back to their own 14-yard line and negate a first down, at the Hawks 14-yard line. Second down and goal. Rangel fires, slant pattern. Can he get enough into the end zone? No, he does not. Great job by Garza holding on, fighting for that last yard, unable to get in there. That'll force the Raiders to call their 3rd and final timeout.
PSG North. That's their 3rd final timeout of the half.
So the Raiders at the 1-yard line of the Hawks with 16 seconds remaining. This is it.
Real Sports Live.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Hawks with 2. So pretty much this could be the final play of the first half. It's all or nothing here for the Raiders and the Hawks here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Rangel breaks the huddle. He's going to be under center for the Raiders. Full backfield. Toss. Touchdown. Couple lead blockers help out Isaac Gonzalez on a 1-yard touchdown, and that is a Raiders-Gonzalez touchdown. The Raiders extend their lead to 20-3 here with 12 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And there is no surprise there, Javi, what they're going to do. They have 3 running backs in the backfield, a heavy package. I mean, that was easy.
Okay, 1-yard touchdown plunge as we see on the replay. Great job of lead blocking by the Raiders running backs, and Isaac Gonzalez takes care of the rest. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. The extra point is successful, and the Raiders 21, Harlingen South 3.
Hey, both teams are doing pretty good, Javi. I know the Raiders came up punching right there. We go back to that touchdown right there. Good job up front blocking, good job running. You know, both of these are big name schools, you know, big heavyweight schools. Of course, you know, the Raiders right now with 219 total yards compared to the South, but you know, we've seen some sparks from the South. It just, you know, they can't get it into rhythm, you know. And like we mentioned before, coming out first play of the game, a big punch to the mouth was the Raiders gave them, you know, with that 75-yard run by Isaac Gonzalez. So, you know, maybe second half will be something better for the Hawks. We'll see.
Yeah, we will. You know, it's interesting, Mike. You know, with everything that you said there, and you know, you take it a step further. Harlingen South, they're a quality football team. You can tell they are. But I think what we're seeing in front of our eyes is a very special team at PSG North. I know it's still, you know, 2nd week of the season. They haven't even gone into district yet, but Harlingen South is a formidable team. And in all reality, the Raiders are making them look rather mediocre this evening. Of course, we still have another half of football to go, and anything can happen here in Texas high school football. A kickoff right there by Jose Alvarez is going to sail into the end zone. The Hawks will get another opportunity from their 25-yard line. The Hawks with 2 timeouts remaining. Let's see if they gamble and try to air it out and get a quick strike, or will be content to start the second half down by 18. Of course, the Hawks will receive the opening kickoff in the second half. They won the toss. They elected to defer. And again, that's another game breaker that, you know, people don't really think about. The Hawks could have elected to receive. Instead, they wanted to kick off. 1 play later, Gonzalez rambles for 75 yards, and the Hawks are shell-shocked.
Yes, sir.
And they haven't recovered yet. The Raiders playing an outstanding game of football, and on first down, a run up the middle by Muniz for about 4 yards, and that'll end the half with the Raiders up 21-3 here at the RGV Game of the Week. We're going to send it down to Pedro for the halftime entertainment.
And after a great performance by the Raiders on the field, now we're ready to see the halftime action. And of course, first we're going to go with the visiting band.
Yes, the Harlingen South Mighty Hawks, under the direction of Mr. Shinsato, playing 2 of their 3 movements from Metamorphosis.
And with the home side, PSJ North Raider Band, under the direction of Mr. Echeverria. They'll be playing their first movement, Invincible, and their second movement, Adagio, from Spartacus.
All right, let's enjoy the halftime show, and we'll be right back in 15 minutes.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's halftime performances.
Hi, I'm Coach Nava with Wesley East High School. Thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a Hacienda party.
It's football season at Hacienda Ford, and you can get a 2019 Ford EcoSport with navigation and an 8-inch touchscreen for just $17,495.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to say. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
The star of the week is Michaela Vela. The 2019-2020 dance officers are First Lieutenant Megan Mesa, Captain Nina Tapia, Major Penelope Rodriguez, and Colonel Abigail Martinez. Sit back, relax, and watch our Southern Stars show you their star pride. Take it away, Stars.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the HCISD Friday Night Lights Hawk Time Edition. Our students at Harlingen South have been working extra hard to bring you the best in halftime entertainment, as you have already seen in our Southern Stars. How about another round of applause for these terrific dancers? The Mighty Hawk Band brings to you a first glimpse of their 2019 field production entitled Metamorphosis. Our drum majors this year are senior Jose Gutierrez, junior David Cavazos, and junior Noah Weeks. Our color guard captains are senior Imani Martinez and junior Kristen Nyquist. Gilbert Guadarrama leads our drumline and Carol Lamar leads our front ensemble. Tonight, the 5-time Texas UIL All-State Marching Band will play the first two movements of the show entitled Symphonic Metamorphosis and My Body is a Cage. Ladies and gentlemen, off your seat and on your feet for your very own Mighty Hawk Band!
headed back to school, it's time to get internet from VTX One. VTX One Companies offers fast and reliable internet throughout the Rio Grande Valley, even to some of the most remote areas. For a limited time only, get your standard installation at no cost to you. Start the school year off with a service provider you can trust by calling 1-800-446-2031. VTX One Companies, connecting you since '52.
Please join me in a round of applause for the champions of our Southern Lone Star State and your hearts for the ever-captivating, beyond talented, and simply the best, PSJ North Raiderettes. Leading the Raiderettes on the field this year are All-American dancer and All-Star dancer Lieutenant Alexis De Leon. All-American dancer, All-American Dance Company and All-Star dancer Lieutenant Victoria Ayala. All-American dancer and All-Star dancer Lieutenant Desiree Trejo. All-American dancer, All-American Dance Company, All-American Kick Company, All-Star dancer, Outstanding Performer, and Miss Leaps and Turns, Major Annette Rios. All-American dancer and All-Star dancer, second captain, Mariah Sontoya. All-American dancer, All-American Kick Company, All-Star dancer, and Miss High Kick, first captain, Alexis Hernandez. This week's Raiderette of the Week is Meadow Villarreal. The Raiderettes are under the direction of Joey Aguillon and Vanessa Martinez. For tonight's entertainment, the Raiderettes will be performing a streamer routine to some of AC/DC's biggest hits. Raiderettes, take it away. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your PSJ North Raiderettes.
Cookies and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? Add a piece of cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-sized cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is a piece of cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias, su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your nachos down and your hands together for the PSJ North Raider Band. gentlemen, let's have one more big round of applause for the PSA North Raiderettes and Raider Band.
Are you ready for low prices? It's a hacienda party.
It's football season at Hacienda Ford, and you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12,000 off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-sized cinnamon roll, or how about wedding cakes, graduations, dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Come see what the City of San Benito has offered today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
produce aisle.
Every great dining adventure begins with one word, fresh. At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
The kids are headed back to school.
PSJ North, your Raiders. And your Hawks, Harlingen South.
PSA North Raiders walk out of the tunnel ready for some action tonight. It's been a big first half for Isaac Gonzalez. He's been dominating the ground for the PSA North Raiders with 2 touchdowns, and the defense is doing a great job holding off to the offense of the Hawks with only 3 points scored on the first half. Let's take it upstairs with Javier and Mike. They're ready for the second half action.
Here, Pedro, and welcome to second half of football here at PSJA Stadium, DHR Healthfield, where the mighty PSJA North Raiders with a commanding 21-3 lead over the visitors from Harlingen, the South Hawks. 21-3 lead for the Raiders once again. And, you know, Mike, Pedro really hit the nail on the head right there. Great rushing attack from Isaac Gonzalez and the Raiders dominating defensively.
Yes, sir. First play of the game. 75-yard run by Isaac Gonzalez. There's like 2 heavyweight boxers coming out, and of course, you know, Raiders just pretty much started punching away, and you know, had the Hawks on their heels. Hawks woke up, but then you know, penalties left and right. Like you see the score right now, 21-3.
Yeah, stat-wise, the Raiders with 219 total yards. The Hawks have been limited to just 108, and you know, running the ball, Gonzalez after that 75-yard touchdown, he's at 129 total yards. So we're about to get set underway. The Hawks receiving the opening kickoff here in the second half, heading from their south end zone quickly to the 20. Tries to maneuver his way maybe to about the 23-yard line. So that is where the Hawks will start their opening possession of the second half. You know, the first half, the Raiders with 12 first downs, limiting the Hawks to only 3. You know, that flex defense, Mike, by the Raiders has been outstanding.
Good kick right there. But good job on the Raiders, just making sure, you know, not flying in, you know, being patient.
So David Torres will lead the Hawks here in the second half. Torres with 47 yards passing, and he's going to come out throwing here to start the second half. Good pitch and catch to his receiver, number 4, Jeremiah Rivera, with the reception, and that'll be good for about 7 yards. So good pickup. Check that 8 yards. So good pickup on first down for the Hawks, who must stage a big comeback right now as they trail 21-3.
Good job on number 88, Brandy Bennett, for that blocking.
And he gives us up the middle and nothing doing right there. Great defense. Wow, outstanding defense right there, led by the Raiders. A lot of black jerseys, a lot of silver helmets. And leading the charge for the Raiders was number 31, Micah Lopez.
And good job right there, pancaking the offensive line. It should be the other way around.
So a loss of 1 on the play. Negative play right there for the defense. That's what you want to see from the Raider Nation, that flex defense, flexing their muscle all evening long. And, you know, in fact, Mike, all season long, you know, they limited the Wolverines to just 6 points last week. They've held a very good Harlingen South team just to 3. And on third down, the Hawks try to test the middle, not passing the test because the Raiders defense were up to the task.
Good job on that weak side blitz. Then Rowan Garcia coming flying in.
So back-to-back negative plays by that defensive front, and the Hawks, who picked up 8 yards on first down, lose a couple on second and third. So 4th down and 4 upcoming for the Hawks. The Raiders defense forcing a 3-and-out. The Hawks in punt formation. Deep man Seven Sanchez sitting at his own 35-yard line. A very dangerous, elusive punt returner. We're having a delay of game possibly.
False start. Number 24. It's a 5-yard penalty. Makes 4th down.
Well, they're going to say a false start, so that'll push the Hawks back 5 yards. That'll give the Raiders and Seven Sanchez, their punt returner, an opportunity to have excellent field position.
Well,
Good punt. Actually, that was a beautiful punt. Takes a Hawk roll, my goodness. All the way about to the 20-yard line. That's a big-time leg by the punter right there for the Hawks. Changed the field right there entirely, but it appeared like that the Raiders were going to have the ball around midfield. Instead, they're going to take possession at their own 20-yard line.
That's right, Javi. The Hawks look promising on the first play, 8 yards. You know,
yeah.
They look like they're going to turn around, but that Raider defense just hung on there.
Well, you know, Mike, they came out throwing. They picked up 8 via the pass, and then they attempted to run twice. Nothing doing. Great defensive job by the Raiders. The Raiders with a reverse end around. A lot of lead blocking led by Rangel. The reverse works to perfection on first down. So just as the game started for the Raiders, with a bit of trickery, ended up in a 75-yard jolt by their running back, Isaac Gonzalez. This time a double reverse. I always love calling for that double reverse. All they needed was a pass, and they would have worked for a touchdown. But instead, it's a big gain of 11 yards on first down.
That was a good run by Jonathan Garza. Good play call right there.
And actually, that was a 14-yard pickup. Yeah, Coach Kaufman and his coaching staff is doing an outstanding job this evening. Great game planning in preparing for the Arlington South Hawks. Jonathan Garza with the carry right there for the Raiders. He's been very busy receiving the ball, and this time he runs it. Hard-nosed running by the Raiders. Good job on first down, picking up a good 4 yards.
Got to give it to also Isaac Gonzalez. Not only does he run the ball, he was lead blocker on that one.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and Isaiah Rangel does a great job of lead blocking as well. So a very committed team offensively, not selfish at all, helping each other out. And Gonzalez on cue runs the ball. He eludes a couple defenders, spins out of the way. What should have been maybe a 2-yard pickup ends up being close to a first down for the Raiders.
Good job by the sophomore right there. That busted outside. Side steps, spins twice, takes 3 Hawks with him.
So that'll be a 7-yard pickup for Gonzalez. Gonzalez had 185 yards rushing last week. So far tonight, he's up to 134. So he's on pace to beat his average. They give it to Gonzalez. He tries to slip a tackle, but he does just enough to get to the Raider 45-yard line. He needed 1, picks up 2. Raider first down.
Good job by 38, George Espinosa from the Hawks. Good open field tackle.
Yeah, great job right there on that tackle. Gonzalez gets by him. He might be off to the races. New set of downs for the Raiders at their own 45-yard line. Rangel in shotgun formation. He has Gonzalez to slip over to the right side. The quick toss to the left side. He eludes 1 defender, and a great job right there by John Garza. And you know, I see you're nodding your head. or shaking your head saying, you know, the Hawk defender was there to make a stop after a 2-3 yard possession completion, but instead arm tackling never works at any league, any division, and John Garza picks up good solid yards.
That was a good job by Jonathan Garza coming back to the ball. I really thought that cornerback was going to go pick it off, but Jonathan did a good job of coming back for that ball.
10-yard pickup from Rahel to Garza. The Raiders in Hawk territory already, looking for a lot more, and what a great defensive play. Undercutting the pass right there, and that was number 10, Devin Montemayor. Just swiping that ball out of the receiver's hands. That would have been a reception around the 30-yard line.
Good rollout. He saw his man right there. It looked like Devin Montemayor knew the play. Pretty much just ran with him, stride for stride.
Yeah, great defensive effort right there by the defensive back. Again, the target was John Garza. That sets up a 2nd and 10 after that incomplete pass. The Raiders, of course, up 21-3. 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. They give it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez finds a crease around the right side of that offensive front. Busts forward. Lands at about the 40-yard line. So 5 yards for Gonzalez.
That was a good run by Isaac. Once he broke through the line of scrimmage, he turned on that speed, picked up an additional. Good job on that 5-yard run.
Yeah, Gonzalez runs the ball hard. I mean, a lot of people may think he's just a burner on the outside, but in fact, he runs the ball effectively inside the tackles. 3rd and 5 from the 40. Rangel asks for the ball from the center. Keeps it, calls his own number, splits the defenders, and then just turns on the turbos and gets all the way to the Hawks 26-yard line. So a 14-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Good job on that zone read. Quarterback says, you know what, let me get some yards as well. Good cut back to the middle. Wow.
Yeah, wow, exactly. it's tough to fit this Raider offense. You know, you got a big, strong offensive line doing their job. You got a nimble quarterback who's actually very strong. He's very tall, very strong, long strides, has a cannon for an arm, and then you got a tremendous running back. You got sure-handed receivers, as you see there. The reception is made by John Garza after about a 4-yard pickup. So the Raiders looking really, really tough, both offensively and defensively this evening.
Good job on that 14 from the Hawks. He's rolled by ball on that tackle, that open field tackle. Good arm, good throw right there. Good catch going back to the ball. And 14 from the Hawks making that open field tackle.
Yeah, that's going to be the key for the Hawks. They're giving up that underneath route, but essentially all night they have not been able to tackle efficiently enough, and the Raiders have been taking advantage of that, and pounding up the middle are the Raiders. Their bread and butter, hard-nosed football, old school football, and Gonzalez busts his way all the way to the 19-yard line for a 4-yard pickup. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3 upcoming for the Raiders. Their first possession here in the second half. Their defense did an outstanding job forcing the Hawks on their opening possession to a 3-and-out punt. And the Raiders, with 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter, are playing tremendously well this evening. Rangel looks to his left, fires, has a man open, and again, great defensive effort right there. This time, Enrique Alvarado, Johnny on the spot, knocking that pass down, and realistically, if Rangel doesn't have the arm that he has, that could have been a pick six.
Yes, sir. Good job on that quarterback, reading the eyes of the quarterback. You know, backpedaling. Once he saw that quarterback, he just flew to the ball.
So an interesting play upcoming for the Raiders. It'll be 4th down and 3 from the Hawks' 19-yard line. The Raiders already up 21-3 with 4:11 remaining in the third quarter here at PSJ Stadium. The beautiful DHR Health Field. Rangel keeps it. They lose a couple of tacklers, falls forward to about the 10-yard line. So he needed a few. He picks up a lot, 9 yards on that pickup.
Good job on that zone read again. Quarterback pulling the ball, getting up the field. I bet you right now that defense from the Hawks doesn't know what to do, Javi. If I go in, quarterback runs out. If I go out, gives it to running back, the sophomore running back.
And that's the beauty of the Raiders offense. It's hard to distinguish exactly what their attacking style is going to be from play to play. And Right now in shotgun formation. This drive started at the Raiders 20-yard line. 4 first downs later, they're knocking at the door once again are the Raiders. Banging his way to the 4-yard line is Gonzalez. And the Raiders, once again, in striking zone.
That's some hard running by that sophomore running back.
5 hard-nosed yards right there by Gonzalez, and the Raiders in prime position to extend this 18-point lead.
See right there, good zone read. Just putting his shoulder down, picking up yards.
He just ran over somebody. He just trucked somebody right there to the 4-yard line. Gonzalez on the keep, and he will get into the end zone once again. Offensive line creates a hole. Gonzalez does a great job cutting right back into that hole. Touchdown Raiders. Gonzalez with his 3rd touchdown of the evening. Unstoppable right now is that young kid. As we see here on the replay, just a straight in sweep, but Gonzalez finds a hole off the tackle, comes inside, nearly untouched. Thanks who he has to thank, and the Raiders are up 27-3 with 3:06 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Alvarez adds the extra point, 28-3 Raiders.
Yeah, they went back to that zone read, worked perfectly. You see right there, you saw a gap, turned it up on the dime, Javi. I think it was me. My ankles would have been broken on that one, Javi.
You're probably correct on that one, Mike. 80-yard drive, 4 first.
One Companies offers fast and reliable internet throughout the Rio Grande Valley, even to some of the most remote areas. For a limited time only, get your standard installation at no cost to you. Start the school year off with a service provider you can trust by calling 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
Eye-popping yardage. They have 299 yards of total offense, but Gonzalez with 155 yards rushing on 19 carries, 3 touchdowns. He's been a wrecking crew. The Raiders up 28-3 with 3:06 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And on the other side, Rangel doing the job with 80 yards passing. The kickoff is returned by the Hawks. Inching his way up to the 27-yard line as the return man. So that's where the Hawks will start their 2nd possession of the 2nd half. But it's going to be an uphill battle for the Hawks and quarterback David Torres.
Good kick. Good stoppage right there. He's seen already the Raiders jerseys bobbing and weaving. But sure enough, Raiders are there. Good patience on that special teams.
So the Hawks will come out, take the field. They're going to start at their own 27-yard line. Torres in shotgun formation, looking to pass, but before that, we have a penalty. And I think they're
delay game on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
I was about to say, it appears they always come out of that sideline. Whether it's a, change of position at the, if you will, a bit too slow and not enough play clock remaining, and that's been the downfall for the Hawks. They've always been working behind the chains. And you can't do that against a very rugged ACA North defense.
No, he cannot have it. These Raiders players are flying everywhere. I think there's already been like 2-3 times where on the first possession there's a penalty. South has to clean it up if they want to put some points on the board.
So a 4-yard pass from the arm of Torres. Torres looking to throw again. Throws. He does complete it about the 31-yard line. The receiver flipped over, lands at about the 34, so good pickup. The receiver, of course, was Jeremiah Rivera. So Torres to Rivera for good yards. And on 3rd and short,
good job with Hawks in the play calling. The 2 passes to the side, now all of a sudden a run up the middle. Got them enough for the first down.
So after 2 passes, the Hawks elect to run. It was 3rd and short. They get to their own 37-yard line. That'll be enough for the Hawks' first down, and they might stats are correct, that is barely their 4th first down of the ball game. So quickly back to the line of scrimmage are the Hawks. Passing is Torres, finds a man wide open at the 45, cuts it upfield, past midfield, gets banged down at the 45. That was big old number 88, Brady Bennett, who's been a favorite target of Torres this evening.
It was a good route. Good job sitting inside where the Raiders were not. Good throw, good catch.
So right now, Torres has his arm on fire, connecting to every receiver he's thrown to. This time he loses 2 defenders in the backfield. Stutter steps a couple defenders and makes his way all the way to the Raider 38-yard line. An 8-yard pickup on first down on the legs of David Torres.
That was a good run by Torres. A little shifty runner right there. Could have been in the backfield for a loss, but made a sidestep and gained about, what, 8 yards?
They're going to give up 7.
7.
Torres right now with 21 yards rushing, 88 yards passing. Orlando Muniz, who's been quiet here in the second half, leads the Hawks with 32 yards rushing. This is the 3rd time this evening that the Hawks have been in Raider territory. All they produce is 3 points. The give is up the middle. Good power play, good power run right there by the Hawks. They're going to get to the 35-yard line. That'll be enough for another Hawk first down. And of course, this drive started at the Hawks' 25-yard line. Harlingen South has traveled all the way to the Raiders' 35-yard line.
Looks like the Hawks have a new quarterback in there, Javi. Number 15, Bustamante.
So under center now will be Bustamante for the Hawks. Spelling David Torres. Bustamante gives it to his running back. Hits the edge, cuts it upfield for about 4 yards.
That was a good job. Good play call on that one. Nice option outside. Good pitch. See right there, good pitch. Good blocking up front. Once again, Raiders flying to that ball.
And it'll be 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Raiders. And the delay of the game, and I didn't even notice, Mike. That was an awfully quick 3rd quarter. Dominated by the Raiders, of course, here at home at PSJ Stadium, DHR Hillfield. Proud production of KTRI. The Raiders will head into the 4th and final period with a dominating 28-3 lead here in the RGV Game of the Week.
Raiders did a good job on that 3rd quarter. Pretty much just driving, scoring at the end on that one. Good job. Didn't even notice it was going to the 4th quarter.
So the Hawks will set up shop here in the 4th quarter on first down. A touch pass by their quarterback is just past the outstretched arms of a diving receiver. That was number 15, Jonathan Bustamante, the intended receiver. The quarterback in once again is David Torres for the Hawks. He's had to sit out a play, and there he shows off his arm. A fine pass. Just unable to connect through an outstretched arms of his receiver. Torres looking to pass again. Goes over the top. This time nobody home. Great job right there by the Raiders secondary. And another incomplete pass. That brings up a 4th down for the Hawks at the Raiders' 32-yard line.
You got to give it to the Raiders D-line. I think they made Torres hurry up on that throw over through his intended receiver. Is it Brady Bennett again?
I believe so. I believe he was the closest receiver. It'll be 4th down. The Hawks perhaps in desperation mode right now with 11:48 remaining in the ball game. They trail the PSG North Raiders 28-3. Rangel asks for the ball, rolls out to his left. Good protection. Fires. And just gets past the receiver. The receiver was hoping for an interference call. The intended receiver was Ryan Castillo. Just a little bit too much mustard, but can't blame the quarterback for trying to thread the needle there to Castillo. And turnover on down, so the Raiders defense bends, but they don't break. The Raider offense takes the field.
That was a tough call on that one, Javi. You have the quarterback running out left, and he's the right-handed quarterback, so he literally has to kind of swing his body around to make that throw.
So the Raiders will take over at their own 32-yard line. Rangel will remain at quarterback, flanked by Isaac Gonzalez. Rangel looks, pumps, looking deep over the top. He's got a man open and just did not lead him enough. That enabled the defender, Enrique Alvarado, to catch up and bat the ball away, but he had an open man, and that was streaking down the sideline. Rolando Coronado, that had 6 written all over it. Just not enough air by Rangel.
Coronado actually had to stop a bit, and that's what led Alvarado to catch up, put a hand up.
Great play call, though. Caught the Hawks secondary napping as they almost gave up a big touchdown. And on second down, not napping, was a defensive front. My goodness, they sniffed that out completely, almost as if they were sitting in the huddle themselves. Great job by that defensive front. Gonzalez, just no chance to go anywhere. In fact, he loses a couple yards on that play.
He hit that Hawks line, pushed him back, but he still didn't want to go down, Javi. Just kept fighting for the yards, but, you know, unfortunately, all the 11 players on the Hawks came to tackle him.
Yeah, they were in the backfield. Just as Gonzalez received the handoff from Rangel. Negative play for the defense of the Hawks. 3rd and 12 upcoming for Rangel and company. 3 receivers split out to the right. Rangel rolls out to his left, though. Has a man open, underthrows it a little bit. Intended receiver was Seven Sanchez, fighting back, trying to get through the defender to make the reception. Unable to do it. Incomplete pass. So Rangel on that series goes 0 for 3. And punt formation upcoming for the Raiders.
The quarterback running out right. That could have been anybody's ball right there.
Excuse me, Rangel goes 0 for 2. I'm sorry about that, Mr. Rangel. A negative run by the running attack of the Raiders, and that results in a 4th and 12. Raiders will be punting to the Hawks. A lot of deep pressure, and again, the punter is knocked down. No penalty thrown. They're going to say it's just incidental contact, but they still contacted him. At the very least, they should be running into the punter. But no penalty, and the Hawks survive a scare there on that punt, and they will take over at their own 42-yard line. And we're going to send it.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
National division and international division, where we competed against teams from Japan, Africa, other countries, and we were able to receive one of those titles as Team Contemporary International Champions, being one of the first public schools to ever receive that category. So working harder more than ever because we want to attend again and receive more than what we came back this year.
Well, thank you very much for that. Good luck on your season. And back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Nicole, so much. Javi, we tend to forget, you know, yeah, in football games we have football players, but, you know, we also have dance. We also have cheer.
Fouls on the play, one by each team. Holding, number 55 of the offense. Pass interference, number 4 of the defense. Those penalties all set. Replay first down.
And they put in as much work as they do as the football players.
Yes, they do. And of course, that was Mr. Aguillon. Great reporting there by Nicole Perez. Outstanding job on the sidelines for our sideline reporters. Of course, these are PSG North students doing a fine job.
False start, number 88 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
The Hawks are going in the wrong direction, Javi.
Yeah, that's a key penalty. And as you know, as we mentioned earlier, you know, the Hawks, they showed something offensively, but they've been working behind the chains entirely way too much, and that's almost impossible to do against the Raiders. But as I say that, Number 33 gallops down the sideline. Wow, what a great job of running. Great play selection. Great offensive line work. And Marcos Gonzalez streaks down the sideline for a big run.
Good job following his big lineman, 64. Good job being patient. He's off to the races.
That was a 30-yard pickup by Marcos Gonzalez. So the Hawks trying to get some momentum going, and they could have had a big play right there. The ball just sails right past the intended receiver, Brady Bennett. He was open, just unable to hang on to it.
Here's a big target on the outside, Javi.
So the Hawks right now at the Raiders' 23-yard line, trying to get themselves right back in this ball game. Right now, the Raiders up 28-3. A give up the middle, big gaping hole exploited by the running back right there, number 33. Marcos Gonzalez once again doing the job offensively for the Hawks, moving the Hawks closer to the end zone. They are now at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
Good job on running, but good job by number 64. Chance Jennings with that block.
And the Hawks quickly, I'm sorry about that, Mike, they get up to the line of scrimmage quickly and trying to get over the top of the corner route right there. Number 8, David Torres, just barely misses his receiver. David Torres 0 for 5 on his last 5 pass attempts. They give it to Gonzalez, who's been the workhorse here in the fourth quarter for the Hawks. Gains about 4 to 5 yards, so they get inside the 10-yard line. Third down upcoming for the Hawks offense.
Good job on the Raiders D-line, holding the ground.
It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming for Harlingen South. They're at the Raiders' 9-yard line. And an incomplete pass almost intercepted, and we got a penalty. Will that be an interference call? We're going to see what the discussion is here.
Pass interference, number 7 of defense. While we place at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
So an interference call against the Raider defense gives the Hawks new life. They're going to mark it a spot foul. From our angle, it appears to be the 3-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line because of that penalty. 9:09 remaining in the ball game. The Hawks trying to stage a comeback. Give to the running back. Has some running room. Can he get around the edge? No, he does not. Great job by Seven Sanchez sealing the edge. Little help by his friend right there, Christian Ramirez, joining in on the tackle, but outstanding job by Seven Sanchez.
From up here, Javi, that looked like a touchdown.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to sneak in for a touchdown. But that's a dynamic defensive effort that Sanchez brings every single game. 2nd and goal. Quarterback rolls out, has a man open, and finds him. Number 28 with the reception for the Hawks. That is Javier Garcia. With the touchdown pass, a 2-yard touchdown pass from David Torres. And the Hawks, for the first time this evening, are in the end zone. They now trail 28-9 with the extra point pending. It does appear the Hawks will be going for 2. And I believe they get a free play. They draw the defense off sides.
False start, number 88 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, retry.
No, check that. Actually, it'll go against Harlingen South. So a 5 yards false start penalty. It'll push the ball back to the 8-yard line. So now the Hawks need to decide were they going to go for 2 again or just try to get the extra point now. Right now, as it is, they trail by 19 with 8.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Hawks go for it. Slant pattern, corner of the end zone. Well defended by the Raiders. Incomplete, so the two-point conversion fails. The Hawks, though, get a touchdown pass.
All sides, number 44. Half the distance. Retry.
Well, check that. I didn't see that penalty anywhere, but the pass right there by the Hawks, incomplete, but giving you breath to the Hawks. Here are the two-point conversion. It's going to be the third try on this two-point conversion.
4.
So they're going to spot it at the 4-yard line. And again, David Torres and company. The Hawks trying to convert the two-point conversion. Pitch out. Lot of running room. Barrels his way in. Does he? No, he does not. Wow, what a defensive stop. Goal line stands by the Raiders. Wow, that's just some hard-nosed football. I thought he was going to get in. I thought he had the leverage to get in. Instead, that was a wall that he hit right at the goal line.
That's right. There was a pitch. I mean, number 33 is a good-sized running back. Look at that. 5, 6 Raiders on that play right there.
Aaron Alvarez, a wall at the goal line, denying the two-point conversion. And Pedro, what do you think about that play? Well, the Hawks. And we're having a little bit of technical difficulties down with our sideline reporters. And Pedro Leja always doing a fine job. And Mike, what do you think? There's 8:34 remaining. The Hawks with a lot of momentum on that visiting sideline. It's 28-9. I've seen some stranger things happen. Will they go for the onside kick here?
You know what? I really think they will. I mean, if they do, it's going to be very interesting, Harvey. But I think the Raiders are expecting the onside kick right now.
Well, we're about to find out, and you know, I think you're right. I think it's desperation time for the Hawks if they want to make a statement and make a great comeback. Of course, the Raiders are going to try to deter that comeback. They're anticipating that onside kick. That was a 58-yard drive by the Hawks, capped by a 2-yard touchdown pass to Javier Garcia. David Torres with 90 yards passing on the evening at 21 yards on the ground for him. The Marcos Gonzalez takes over the leading rusher category for the Hawks with 53 yards rushing. Orlando Muniz with 38. The Hawks with 211 total yards. The Raiders at 297. It is an onside kick, and it is fielded by perfection. Great job by the special team unit of the Raiders, and they will take over at their own 49-yard line.
That was a good job by the Good Hands team right there. Michael Lopez scooping up that ball.
So the onside kick did come from the Hawks, but the special teams of the Raiders were up to the task. They're going to spot it at the Raiders' 48-yard line with just over 8.5 minutes remaining here at PSGA Stadium. The RGV Game of the Week. It's been a good one. The Raiders 28, Hawks 9. First down, Rangel. Flanked by Gonzalez. Gonzalez lead blocking for Rangel. Rangel slips a tackle at the line of scrimmage, falls to midfield, and Rangel picks up 2 yards on first down.
That looks to be like a negative on that play, Javi. Good job on Rangel reaching over, scraping for some yards.
Yeah, Rangel not afraid to mix it up. He just put his shoulders down, barreled through a defender, managed to pick up 2 yards where it appeared there would be no yards on the gain. So 2nd and 8. Rangel shotgun formation, gives it to his lone back. Spinning away from trouble is Gonzalez, but he'll fall forward for another 2 yards to the Hawks 48-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 6 upcoming for the Raiders.
Good job on patience with Isaac Gonzalez. Following his block. A little spin move, but it got tripped up a little bit. They'll gain some yards on that play, though.
So the Raiders right now being a little bit more deliberate coming out of the sideline calls. They're still in the huddle. They break the huddle with about 15 seconds on the play clock, trying to milk as much play clock, more importantly, the game clock, hanging on to a 8-9 lead. 5 on the play clock. Snap to Rangel. Rangel rolls out to his left, finds a man wide open. Great reception right in front of the Raiders sideline. But I am corrected. They are going to say it is an incomplete pass. The pass intended to number 2, Sal Gonzalez. I thought he caught it.
Looked like it was in. Good rollout. Good throw right there. Good.
Yeah, and that is a great call. The pass will be incomplete. That brings up a 4th down for the Raiders. I believe they're going to bring out their punt unit. They're going to try to pin the Hawks deep into their own side of the football field.
What do you think? A little bit of trickery right here?
Well, they're going to have to hurry. They got 2 seconds. One, do they get the snap off? I don't think they did. They're going to say a false start.
False start. Number 52. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Makes 4th down.
I don't think anything serious happened there. I don't think they were going to go for it, Mike. I think with a 19-point lead, they got to punt the ball and make the Hawks travel the entire distance of the field. Rangel, unsure of what he wants to do, finally gets it off. Good angle punt. Now I'm not sure where they're going to spot that ball. And they keep creeping forward. They're going to finally say, the field judge is going to say, went out of bounds at the Hawks 26-yard line. So living dangerously there was Rangel, unsure whether he wanted to punt the ball or run it. Finally does get away. Not much of a difference on field position right there. So the Hawks will take over at their own 26-yard line with 7:04 remaining in the ball game. The Hawks, of course, just scored their first touchdown of the ball game to cut the lead to 28-9 after a failed 2-point conversion. Torres fires, has a man wide open at the 25. Gets past the 30, eludes 2 defenders, falls forward out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So good pickup by the Hawks on first down, and the receiver there, Jacob Carrion, does a great job of running with the ball after the reception.
Good job on that O-line, giving some time to throw.
Yes, Torres had a great pocket on that one. From the 36, going over the top is Torres. He's got a man streaking down. Bumped by a defender, but they're going to say it's incidental contact, no penalty. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Hawks.
Good job on the defensive back, running stride for stride with that receiver. Just put a little bit too much muscle on it.
Torres on the evening. David Torres for the Hawks on 19 attempts has 100 total yards passing on the evening. The Hawks this time elect to run it. Good bulldozing run right there by their running back. Number 23, Israel Vasquez, gets all the way to the 42-yard line.
Good hard tough run by the running back, but at the end got met by a hard hit by the Raiders.
3rd and 4 upcoming for the Hawks. A dangerous pass right there. Seven Sanchez was thinking pick 6. Instead the ball sails over everybody's head for an incomplete pass. 4th down upcoming for the Hawks offense. David Torres was fortunate. He misfired on that throw.
That's right, Javi. We got 6:10 on the clock. 6:10 total left in the game, Javi. I think the Hawks, they look like they want to hurry up and push it, but they got to, at the same time, they got to take their time. You know, stuff like that happens when you're trying to rush it. You know, ball doesn't get to where it needs to go. Flies over the receiver's head.
It'll be 4th down. Great point right there, Mike. Let's see if, well, Torres does not elect to throw. They elect to run the ball. Great run by that running back. A good pickup on 4th down by number 23. Vasquez picks up just enough for a 1st down.
Good job with the bobbing, weaving inside. Good job by number 4 from the Raiders, Christian Ramirez, for that open field tackle right there.
Vasquez picks up 5. That'll be more than enough for a 1st down for the Hawks now at their own 47-yard line. Torres rolls out to his right, finds a receiver, and a better job defensively right there by G. Garcia, the senior, batting that ball down.
Good rollout right there, good block, and right in front. Once again, quarterback running out to the left, having trouble since he's right-handed.
I'm going to say his name is Guario next. I've been all night long. I haven't given him credit for his first name because I've been shy about it, but. And the Hawks and Vasquez move the ball to midfield. Right at the 50-yard line. And none other than Mr. Tackler himself. 7 Sanchez on the stop right there. Brings up a 3rd and 7 for the Hawks right at midfield. Game slipping away from the Hawks. 5 minutes left. Good pass to the intended receiver and a much better grab under heavy pressure. Brady Bennett. Draped by a couple defenders still. Torres finding Bennett. Bennett catches the ball at the 31-yard line. 19-yard pass completion, and the Hawks keep moving the ball.
Good job by the O-line. Good job by Brady Bennett. Concentration, hanging on to that ball.
Torres passing, goes deep, and the receiver is bumped out of bounds. That'll be an obvious interference call. That'll stop the clock at 4:38 remaining in the ball game. Of course, PSA North right now with a 28-9 lead.
Pass interference. Defense, number 9. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
So a 15-yard penalty will move the ball to the 16-yard line of the Raiders. That is the 4th first down of the ball of this drive for the Hawks that started at their own 26-yard line. The key issue right now, the Hawks finally find the groove offensively, but is a little bit too late. 4.5 minutes remaining of the ball game. The Raiders right now up 28-9. Trying to win the RGV Game of the Week here at PSJ Stadium. A run blitz by the Raiders. They may have jumped off sides. A free play. Tossed in the corner of the end zone. Sails out of bounds.
51 on the offense. The 10-yard penalty makes first down.
Well, I'm getting them wrong all night. Like, I thought the defender jumped the snap, and instead it's a holding call. So the Hawks will be pushed back 10 yards right here.
You can't. The Raiders can't give any life to the Hawks right now. There's still 4 minutes 33 seconds left. I mean, they're driving down the field. Of course, the Hawks don't help themselves by giving themselves penalties.
So 1st and 20 upcoming. They fake the reverse. Torres looks over the top. He's got a man open, streaking towards the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks. What a great touch pass from Torres. 26 yards out. Finds his receiver, number 1, Ryan Castillo. Touchdown, Hawks. I tell you what, they're on a mission right now. They're staging a tremendous comeback.
Good job by that line. Good job by the quarterback, keeping his eyes on him. Good throw. Nice catch right there.
That's a pretty picture by KTRI, seeing that tight spiral all the way into the receiver's hands. Great job right there by the receiver, Ryan Castillo, holding on to it. This time the Hawks elect to go for the extra point. It's up. It is good. So all of a sudden it was a 28-3 dominating performance by the Raiders. The Hawks, with 4:25 remaining in the ball game, have chiseled that lead to 12 points. PSJ North 28, Harlingen South 16.
Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, we're Robert Mello, Cats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
A piece of cake.
12-point lead with 4.5 minutes. And what do you think? Onside kick again?
I think they just might pin them. Then again. Maybe a little trickery. Raiders are expecting the onside kick.
Yeah, they have one deep man sitting at the 20-yard line. They got 10 men and a quick snub kick. I don't think it traveled the distance in either case, so the Raiders will take over at the Hawks 47-yard line. You were right, a bit of trickery. They never broke the huddle, but the ball just never got past the 10 yards that it has to in order for the kicking team to recover. The Raiders will be very grateful and accepting that. And
Legal touch, kicking team. First and 10, PSA North, the spot.
So there you go, illegal touch. Never got past the 10-yard marker at midfield. The Raiders have the ball at their own at the Hawks 47-yard line. Rangel jogs out there, meets his team in the huddle. But before that, the Raiders are going to call a timeout.
That was a good.
The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At a piece of cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is a piece of cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Hi, we're Sherryland Rattlers, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
A piece of cake.
They have an opportunity, and I'm sure right here that was a good timeout by Coach Kaufman, rallying the troops and saying, hey, gentlemen, we got a couple first downs. We win this ball game.
That's right, making sure that, they stay playing the game, don't give up anything. Keep on playing the hard-nosed football.
So expect a steady diet of Rangel and Gonzalez running the ball here. The later stages of the ball game. This is what you want. You want an imposing offensive line wearing the defense down. A steady running game. That's a secret to championships. And on first down, Rangel keeps it. Gets met at the 45. They maybe give him more progress at the 44. So Rangel picks up 3 yards on first down. That brings up a 2nd and 7. The game clock approaches the 4-minute mark. The Raiders can really milk the play clock and the game clock. They might not have to snap this until about the 3:45 mark, maybe even the 3:40 mark.
Yeah, you're right, Javier. Raiders taking their time, just make sure that they have to hang on to the ball, making sure they're not too careless.
3 on the play clock. They get it at 3:42, the snap, and Gonzalez trying to put the exclamation point in this ball game. Maneuvers his way for a great run right there. Raider first down all the way to the Hawks 33-yard line.
That was a good run by Isaac Gonzalez, the sophomore running back. Right there, zone read. Good job of following his blocks. Being patient, cutting it back inside. Good job hanging onto the ball as well.
Gonzalez, after that fine run, has 164 yards rushing on 22 carries. Last week he had 185 on 17 carries. So let's see if Gonzalez can net that average 185. This time it'll be Rangel. Tips toes through the line of scrimmage. Not much doing there, just a couple yards, but again, the important thing is, Mike, they are keeping the ball within the hash marks and definitely keep that clock running, but momentarily it'll stop to an official timeout. And we've been lucky. This is the second week in a row we see the Raiders. What is your impression after 2 weeks?
I mean, today, it was going to be a heavyweight fight. We know that. Harlingen South's coming in, just as good as Raiders, but I think the Raiders just gave it to them right away, fast. I mean, they have no answer for that sophomore running back, Isaac Gonzalez. Not even running like a sophomore. He's running like a senior. Also the quarterback, Rangel, showing what he can do with his arm and his legs as well. South has a good team. Not taking away nothing from them. It's just, they came out maybe asleep, or they didn't expect the Raiders to come out like this. With a 75-yard run, the halfback pass.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm sure the Hawks stepped out of the bus and said, you know, we're going to be in a dogfight tonight. And they run into a buzzsaw with, as you mentioned, Gonzalez, only a sophomore, but he's tough. He's very tough, elusive runner, and in fact, you know, he's very tough within the tackles as well, between the tackles. So it's a two-headed monster in the backfield, and throw in John Garza, who's been a great receiver for Rangel, and that's a winning recipe right now for the Raiders. And of course, a great deal of
Timeout. Harlingen South.
Harlingen South calls that timeout, and I was about to say a great deal of that success stems from that offensive front, because they give Rangel plenty of time, and they give on the passing plays, and they give both Gonzalez and Rangel good running lanes for them to exploit.
Yes, sir. We always talk about the quarterback and the running back and touchdowns, but we got to give it to the ones in the trenches, that O-line.
Yeah, and defensively, you know, Seven Sanchez, a tackling machine in the backfield. Noah Gonzalez does a fine job. Aaron Alvarez, as we saw in the goal line stance, I mean, he's just a wall. I'd hate to run into that kid. Michael Lopez does a great job defensively as well. I mean, this team has good amount of talented players on both sides of the football. Coach Kaufman, very fortunate to have the team that he has, and let's see if the Raiders can continue to grow, continue to eliminate their mistakes, and expand on their successes. And I tell you what, the Raiders are going to be a tough out at any point of this district. Of course, District 36A is going to be a murderer's row. I think, you know, defending district champs PSG High is going to be a battle. McAllen Memorial with their running back Spades. Mission High has a great quarterback. La Jolla has a great running back. Nika Roll with an air attack. It's going to be a dogfight in District 36A.
Yes, sir, it is. There's another run by Isaac Gonzalez.
Timeout. Orange and South. That is your third and final timeout of the half.
So the Hawks call a final timeout with 4th and 6 upcoming for the Raiders. The Raiders essentially are 6 yards away from winning this ball game, but do they go for it, or they try a extra long field goal? A field goal attempt from the 26-yard line will be about a 43, 44-yard field goal attempt. They have the win at their back, but I don't think they even want to risk a blocked field goal, run the other way. I think the Raiders are going to go for it. So 6 yards is the difference right now between the Raiders sealing game number 2, going to 2-0 in non-district action, or sweating it out in the final 2.5 minutes against this Harlingen South Hawk offense that has come alive here in the 4th quarter. Rangel, shotgun formation. They appear to be going for it. Do the Raiders. Rangel drifts to his left. Fires, has a man wide open. Great leaping catch and staying on his feet for a touchdown. John Garza, he's done it all night. Why not do it to seal it right there? That is the exclamation point the Raiders have been looking for. Rangel to Garza. Touchdown, Raiders.
That was a good job. Good play call. Roll out, flood, have like 3 people right there on this. Good catch. Good concentration of keeping his balance. Go, and 6 points on the board.
They needed 6. The Raiders pick up 26 on that touchdown pass from Rangel to John Garza. The Raiders are celebrating. They're going to tack on an extra point. Raiders 35, Harlingen South 16, 2:28 remaining here at PGA Stadium. The game of the week, the Raiders are dominating.
Got to give it to the coach.
The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Rangel, after that touchdown pass, has 106 yards passing. 99 of those yards have come to John Garza. Let's get John Garza 1 more yard so he can hit the century mark. And of course, this year the PSJ ISD is celebrating their bicentennial year. 100 years. Centennial. Bicentennial is what, 20 years? 200. My goodness, my science is horrible this evening. So the Hawks return it. I stumped myself. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm just flabbergasted by the production that we've seen by the Raiders this evening. 35-16. I feel shell-shocked just as the Harlingen South Hawks do. So it'll be 1st and 10. The Hawks needing 3 scores. Down by 19. They need a miracle. 2:21 left, no timeouts. The Raiders with 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 6 defensive backs.
Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And Coach Richie, you know, he's got to be upset about that. That's about the 4th delay of game coming off after a, you know, change of possessions. That's just not good football right there.
No, sir. You don't want those mistakes.
1st and 15. The Hawks elect to run it up the middle. Not much doing. Just a 3-man front, but that 3-man front does the job. Spearheaded right there by number 99, Noah Maldonado.
Good job, good run, good hard running, but good job by the defense being right there. Like I mentioned earlier, Javi, I mean, South is a good team. It's just, you know, and like 4 of these first possessions, they had flags and going the opposite way.
So the run up the middle again. The Hawks surprisingly not airing it out, trying to stage a tremendous comeback. In fact, they're just running the ball right up the middle, keeping it between the hash marks. That is in the Raiders' favor. They're more than happy to give up a few yards in a cloud of dust. And see this game clock wind down. We're at 1:25. Of course, the Raiders 35, Harlingen South 16. The Raiders next week will travel to Westlaco to play the Westlaco High Panthers. Harlingen will travel to Mackay and play one of our district foes in District 36A, the Mackay Bulldogs, who have a new head coach, and they won their opening game this year. So a lot of W's coming out of that District 36A. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what transpires throughout the rest of the season. Right now, the Raiders looking to go 2-0 in non-district action. And belted at the 40-yard line was a running back. Of course, that's a man I fear, Aaron Alvarez. My goodness, he's a man amongst boys right there.
I'll start with Seven Sanchez in the back in the backfield right there.
Very disruptive is Sanchez. Both of those 2 players getting preseason accolades. So it'll be 27 seconds remaining. First down, possibly the last play of the ball game. And it'll be a running play right up the middle. Tackled at the 44-yard line of the Hawks. And with 12 seconds remaining in the ball game, I do not believe the Hawks are going to want to entertain us anymore. They're probably going to concede the victory right here. So there you have it, folks. Mike, any thoughts on the ball game?
Both teams good. Both teams are good. Heavyweight teams, you know, South has to clean up a lot of little things. Penalties. Raiders are rolling.
So the PSJ North Raiders win tonight, 2-0. 35-16 over Harlingen South. We're going to send it down to Pedro. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, guys. That great victory.